So, dear students, the chapter that we are going to read today is chapter 7 from your book Snapshots Birth. This chapter is written by A.J. Cronin. A.J. Cronin, he was a doctor by profession. Having a flair for writing, he won many writing competitions as well. So, he authored many bestsellers which were translated into numerous languages also. So, as a master of wonderful narrative skill, acute observation, and his description, he drew subject matter for some of his novels and stories from his medical career. And Birth is one such story. So, here, Birth, which is written by A.J. Cronin, it's an impressive story of a doctor's successful efforts to resuscitate the precious life of a newborn baby, hopelessly given up as a stillborn child by an experienced midwife. सो रिससिटेट मीन्स टू रिवाइव एंड स्टिल बॉर्न मतलब ये जो बच्चा था ये मरा हुआ पैदा हुआ था इट वॉज अ स्टिल बॉर्न चाइल्ड so he was a newly qualified doctor, so quite raw in the medical field. This young doctor's relentless efforts, his strong determination and will, and a humane approach succeeded in pulling the tender child out of the jaws of death, much to his satisfaction, sense of achievement, and fulfillment, as well as to the great relief and joy of the Morgan family. So, here in the story, you will find a noble and selfless deed of a newly qualified doctor. This doctor, he forgets about his personal problems and plunges himself into saving a mother and her newly born child, and he succeeds in his efforts. He feels as if he has done something real at last, and after that he no longer feels burdened with anguish of his problems. So let us read the story and understand how this selfless deed uh, done by this doctor actually brings happiness in his life, and his life changes for better. So let's start reading the chapter Birth, written by A.J. Cronin. In this excerpt from Citadel, Andrew Mansion, newly out of medical school, has just begun his medical practice as an assistant to Dr. Edward Page in the small Welsh mining town of Blanelly. Now, this excerpt, it means piece of writing. It has been taken from the main story, that is The Citadel, written by A.J. Cronin. So, The Citadel, it is a novel, and this novel, The Citadel, it is a powerful attack on the medieval system in the country before the inception of NHS in 1948. जो नेशनल हेल्थ सर्विसेज जो 1948 में आने से पहले जो मेडिकल सिस्टम थी उनके जो हालात थे, इट इज एक्चुअली अ कमेंट ऑन दैट and how it actually shows the concerns in the inroads that materialism makes upon idealism. किस तरह से idealism जो है उसको take over करती है materialism. So here we see that how this very idealistic and principled man, he is who is very honest in the beginning of the story in the citadel, is found to become corrupt. वो काफी करप्ट डॉक्टर बन जाता है, but something happens in his life that he ponders over his profession and he is a changed man after that. So something happens in his life. And this excerpt, the short piece of writing, it has been taken from the main novel, The Citadel. So, the protagonist of the story is Andrew Mansion, who is a newly qualified doctor and is working as an assistant to Dr. Edward Page. And they are at the town which is of name Blenheim, so small Welsh mining town of Blenheim. So as he's returning from a disappointing evening with Christine, the girl he loves, he is met by Joe Morgan. So जो क्रिस्टीन है वो बिलवड है हमारे इस प्रोटैगनिस्ट एंड्रू मैंशन की, एंड समथिंग हैपेंस दैट इवनिंग दैट ही कॉल्स दिस ऑथर कॉल्स दिस इवनिंग टू बी अ डिसअपॉइंटिंग वन. So he was returning after the disappointing evening, after meeting with his beloved Christine, and it was at that time, midnight time, that he met Joe Morgan waiting for him in front of his house. Joe and his wife, who have been married nearly 20 years, are expecting their first child. So they were expecting their first child after 20 years of their marriage. So this is about the introduction of the story. So let's begin the story. Though it was nearly midnight when Andrew reached Brian Gower, he found Joe Morgan waiting for him. So Brian Gower उस जगह का नाम है जहाँ पर एंड्रयू का घर है, and he found Joe Morgan waiting for him, walking up and down with short steps between the closed surgery and the entrance to the house. So closed surgery here refers to the closed clinic, जो clinic जहाँ पर एंड्रयू काम करते थे, एंड उनका जो घर था बिल्कुल उसके ऑपोजिट था, उस एंट्रेंस और उस सर्जरी के क्लोज सर्जरी जो क्लिनिक है उसके बीचों बीच जो रास्ता था, ही वॉज वॉकिंग अप एंड डाउन impatiently there. He was waiting for the doctor to arrive. So at the sight of him, the burly driller's face expressed relief. Burly means heavily built. So this man, he was heavily built and he was a driller in the mines of Welsh area. So he expressed a sigh of relief as he saw the doctor approaching, and it was midnight. So when Andrew he reached his house at around 12 at night, he caught the sight of Joe Morgan, who was walking up and down between the small clinic and the entrance of his house. So when Joe Morgan he saw Andrew, he gave a sigh of relief there. Ah, doctor, I'm glad to see you. I've been back and forward here this last hour. The missus wants here before time, too. So, Joe Morgan, he expressed that how pleased he was to see the doctor there. And he also tells Andrew that how he has been waiting there for him for an hour, about an hour then. And he also informed him that how his wife needed Andrew to examine her even before the time of her child's birth. So he says that the Mrs. wants here. Mrs. here means Joe Morgan's wife, that she wants that he should come and examine her before the birth of the child. Andrew, abruptly recalled from the contemplation of his own affairs, told Morgan to wait there. So, as Andrew he was returning from after meeting his beloved Christine, and he had a very disappointing evening that day, he was quite absorbed and lost in his own thoughts. So when this man he addressed the doctor, he recalled everything. He actually collected himself from the contemplation in which he was lost. Contemplation means deep thought. जिस गहरी सोच में वो डूबा हुआ था, वो abruptly अपने आप को recall करता है out of all those affairs, and he asked Joe Morgan to wait there. He went into the house for his bag, and together they set out for number 12 Blaina Terrace. So वो जल्दी से अंदर जाता है, and he took his bag and they started now walking towards the address that was number 12 Blaina Terrace. The night air was cool and deep with quiet mystery. Usually so perceptive, Andrew now felt dull and listless. He had no premonition that this night call would prove unusual, still less that it would influence his whole future in Blenheim. So they both came out and they started walking towards the address that is Joe Morgan's house where his wife was. It was a cool night and the streets were also silent, which made it mysterious. Andrew, who generally is full of life and spirit and who is also quite perceptive about the patients, how they are going to react, what he is going to tell them. So that way he was quite enthusiastic man, but that day he felt dull and listless, means without any energy. He felt cheerless, unhappy at that moment. He had no premonition. Premonition कहते हैं पूर्वाभास, means a strong feeling that something is going to happen. And that day he had no premonition that this night call would prove unusual, that that night was going to be an unusual one, and still less that it would influence his whole future in Blenheim. So he had no idea, and he could not actually come to know or intend on coming in, but we can say he was not able to predict what was going to happen next and how that night was going to influence his life in Blanelli. So both kept on walking. So the two men, they walked in silence until they reached the door of number 12. Then Joe drew up short. And when they reached the address, Joe Morgan, he stopped there. He did not move further. He did not go further. Drew up short means he just stopped there. And he said, I'll not come in. His voice showed signs of strain, signs of tiredness, signs of seriousness. And he said, But man, I know you will do well for us. So he showed his confidence in Andrew. He showed his faith in Andrew. And he was little worried at the moment. And this could be easily understood from his voice when he said that, You go inside. And he said that he knows well that how he was going to do good for his family, and he showed that how much faith he had in Andrew. So Joe's voice was tense, he was under pressure, and he could not see his wife under pain, and that's why he did not dare to go inside. He decided to wait outside and waiting there for the good news. And how much he trusted Andrew when we see that he said that you will do well for us. Inside, a narrow stair led up to a small bedroom, clean but poorly furnished and lit only by an oil lamp. So, an interior of the house is described here, that how it was just a small house. A narrow stair was there leading up to a small bedroom. It was clear but very poorly furnished. बहुत ज़्यादा furniture नहीं था, clean house था, साफ सुथरा घर था, and it was only lit by an oil lamp. Here, Mrs. Morgan's mother, a tall grey haired woman of nearly 70, and the stout elderly midwife waited beside the patient. Midwife कहते हैं जो experienced nurses होती हैं who are trained to help women to give birth. So here, that midwife, they both waited beside the patient, watching Andrew's expression as he moved about the room. So they were waiting for the doctor, and they were just sitting beside the patient. And the woman who was Mrs. Morgan's mother, she was a tall, gray haired woman of nearly 70 years age. And there was also another woman who was an elderly midwife. So they both watched Andrew's expression as he moved about the room. So as he entered, they were watching the expressions that was there on the um, एंड्रू मैंशंस फेस. उन्होंने देखा, उसके चेहरे के हाव भाव पढ़ने की कोशिश की. And we have already seen that Andrew, he was totally absorbed in his own thoughts that way. He was in a disturbed state of mind, and he felt tired also that day. So the elderly woman, Mrs. Morgan's mother, she uh, she came to know from the expressions of the doctor that he was very tired and he might leave the place. And she said, Let me make you a cup of tea, Dr. Bash, said the former quickly after a few moments. So, as she observed the expressions on his face, she offered him a cup of tea. Andrew smiled faintly. He saw that the old woman, wise in experience, realized that there must be a period of waiting, that she was afraid he would leave the case, saying he would return later. So Andrew also understood very well that how the woman, she thought that as there was still time, and the doctor might leave the case saying that he would return later, and as the doctor was quite tired at the moment, so the lady, she had made an assumptions on her own that the doctor might leave, and that's why, just to hold him back, she offered him a cup of tea so that the doctor, he can drink the tea and relax there. Don't fret, mother. I'll not run away. Fret means worry. So he assured the mother saying that don't worry, मैं कहीं नहीं जाऊंगा. Down in the kitchen, he drank the tea which she gave him. Overwrought means overtired as he was, he knew he could not snatch even an hour's sleep if he went home. Now, Andrew, he also knew very well that he was too tired to go back. And even if he went there, he would not be able to get enough sleep. So he knew too that the case here would demand all his attention. As an we can say that he knew that this case demanded his attention because the couple they were expecting after 20 years of their marriage. So he decided that he would stay there. A queer lethargy of spirit came upon him. He decided to remain until everything was over. But the doctor, he felt a strange kind of laziness there. He felt that the lethargy was actually overcoming the spirit, but still he decided to remain there until everything was over. An hour later, he went upstairs again, noted the progress made, came down once more, sat by the kitchen fire. It was still, except for the rustle of cinder in the grate and the slow tick tock of the wall. So it was a very quiet night. No sound could be heard at that time, and the author says that there were only two sounds except the rustle of cinder in the grate. Grate जो fireplace होती है वहाँ जो कोल burnt कोल पड़ा होता है that is cinder. So उस burnt कोल में से थोड़ी सी hissing की आवाज आ रही थी, and the tick tock of the wall could be heard at that moment. No, there was another sound, the beat of Morgan's footsteps as he paced in the street outside. And the author says that no, there was third sound also, and the sound was of the footsteps of Joe Morgan's footstep, who was walking in the street outside. The old woman opposite him sat in her black dress, quite motionless, her eyes strangely alive, wise, probing, never leaving his face. Probing means inquiring, as if the old woman, the Joe Morgan's mother, Mrs. Morgan's mother, she sat opposite to the doctor there, and she kept on staring at the doctor. She was wise lady, and she was trying to read the expressions that were on doctor's face, and thus she never left his face. Constantly, continuously, she kept on watching the doctor there. His thoughts were heavy, muddled. Muddled means messed up, confused. So जो जो एंड्रयू थे वो अभी भी अपनी उस मीटिंग के बारे में सोच रहे थे, एंड ही वॉज कंफ्यूज्ड एट द मोमेंट. वो बहुत डिस्टर्ब स्टेट ऑफ माइंड में थे. ही वॉज इन अ डिलेमा एट दैट मोमेंट. The episode he had witnessed at Cardiff Station still obsessed him morbidly. So, gruesomely, he was absorbed in the thoughts, and he had witnessed the thing that at the Cardiff Station पे जो घटना घटी, maybe it is related to his beloved there. So उनके बीच जो भी कुछ घटा वहां पर, he was still occupied in those thoughts. Then he thought of Bramwell, foolishly devoted to a woman who deceived him sordidly. So, Bramwell is the name of a person, and he thought about the life and his about his marriage. That how this man was still devoted to a woman who deceived him sordidly, who selfishly deceived this person. Then he thought of Edward Page, bound to the Jewish Blodwin. So, Blodwin is the name of the woman, and she was refers to woman having a quarrelsome attitude. So this man, he was still bound to that kind of woman who had a very quarrelsome attitude. Then he thought of Denny, who was living unhappily apart from his wife. So he started contemplating, started thinking over the relationship of these persons, that how their marriages were a dismal failures. So his reason told him that all these marriages were dismal फेलियर्स. सो वो इन तीनों की शादीशुदा जिंदगी के बारे में सोचने लगा कि किस तरह से इनकी जो जिंदगियां थी वो उलझी हुई थी. दे वर नॉट हैप्पीली मैरिड. सो Bramwell, he was deceived by a woman, Edward Page. He was still bound, still living with a woman who had a very quarrelsome attitude, dominating attitude. And then Denny, he was actually separated from his wife. So he was thinking about these marriages, which proved to be a failure. It was a conclusion which, in his present state, made him wince. So, based on the conclusion of these marriages, he was actually hesitating about taking a decision about his life with Christine. So, present state की बात करें तो he was actually confused. वो hesitate कर रहा था to think over कि क्या उसे अपनी beloved Christine के साथ आगे जिंदगी बढ़ानी चाहिए या नहीं. He wished to consider marriage as an idyllic state, Idyllic means charming state. Marriage एक ऐसा institution, it's a very pleasant state of affair, and he wished to consider it like that only. Yes, he could not otherwise consider it with image of Christine before him. So अगर ऐसा नहीं होता है at that particular situation, it would be difficult for him to imagine his life with Christine. तो अगर वो कन्विंस नहीं होता है कि मैरिजेस जो है सक्सेसफुल हैं, इट्स अ प्लेजेंट स्टेट ऑफ अफेयर, देन वो जो गारंटी है उसकी जो पीस, उसकी जो कंपेनियनशिप विद हिज बिलवेड क्रिस्टीन, वो क्या आगे खूबसूरत रूप में बढ़कर आएगी या नहीं, वो कंफ्यूज है उस चीज को लेकर. हर आईज शाइनिंग टुवर्ड्स हिम admitted no other conclusion. So he could remember the eyes of his beloved, the shining eyes of Christine in his mind, and thus he had no other reason to believe कि उसे अब क्या करना चाहिए. Otherwise जो है ये जो डिसीजन है वो एक हेजिटेशन में लिया जाएगा, एंड दैट वुड नॉट प्रूव यूजफुल. सो it was the conflict between his level, doubting mind and his overflowing heart which left him resentful and confused. So, thus, he was actually struggling. उसका जो दिल था और जो दिमाग था दोनों अलग अलग चीजों के बारे में सोच रहा था, and he became resentful, he was confused, he was not ready to take any decision at that moment. He let his chin sink upon his chest, stretched out his legs, stared broodingly into the fire. So he was still thinking deeply. Broodingly means thinking deeply. Constantly he was looking at the fire, and he stretched out his legs and was still lost in those thoughts. He remained like this so long, and his thoughts were so filled with Christine that he started when the old woman opposite suddenly addressed him. So he was totally absorbed in those thoughts, and then uh, his mind was actually preoccupied with the thoughts of Christine, and then he was startled. अचानक से उसका ध्यान जाता है उस old woman की आवाज पर जो उसे बुलाती है. So she suddenly addressed him. Her meditation had pursued a different course. Her here refers to the old woman, Mrs. Morgan's mother. So her meditation had pursued a different course. तो जब डॉक्टर जो थे, जो एंड्रयू थे, वो जब अपने ख्यालों में खोए हुए थे, दिस मदर, शी वॉज थिंकिंग अबाउट समथिंग एल्स. वो सोच रही थी अपने आने वाले ग्रैंड चाइल्ड के बारे में, आने वाली खुशियों के बारे में. शी वॉज टोटली एब्जॉर्ब्ड इन दोज थॉट्स. उसके अपने एस्पिरेशंस, उनके अपने जो डर थे, उन सभी चीज़ों के बारे में वो सोच रही थी और अपनी बेटी के बारे में चिंतित थी. सो हर मेडिटेशन हैड परस्यूड अ different course. So, on one side, we see the doctor who was continuously thinking about marriages that were failures, about his beloved Christine, his life in future with Christine. And on the other side, this woman, she was very hopeful. She was eagerly waiting for her grandchild to take birth. She was thinking about her daughter. So, her thoughts were of different things. So, students, let us stop here today, and we'll continue this chapter in the next session. Keep reading. Have a nice day, all of you. Thank you.